Yo, what up? This B-Boy Reg.
I'm DJ Butter, y'all.
And this Funky Fresh in the Flesh podcast.
Yes.
And today we got a special guest, Miz Korona.
Hey, what up, though?
What up, though? So what's going on with you?
You know, taking it one day at a time. Happy to be here. I'm honored to be here with y'all. B-Boy Reg, okay? You know what I'm saying? The legendary DJ Butter. I'm happy to be here with y'all. So,
That's
y'all got me smiling. Yeah.
Smiling, right.
Okay.
That's what's up.
Yeah. That's what's up, man. I'm glad you're here. You just come back from India, right?
Well, yeah, a few months ago. I just, I've been all over the place, so people be confused about where I was at lately, but I just got back from Houston. But, how many months? I don't forget how long ago it's been since we came. It's been too long since I came back from India. They need to send me back. Like, I'm ready to get back over there right now.
It was that good?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. It was. I'm going to tell y'all something. Like, when I first got there, it was really, like, culture shock for real. Because, I watch Bollywood films, and they keep it polished. You know what I'm saying? Like, so when I first got there, it was like, where are all the shiny castles and the mansions? You know what I'm saying? It was like a lot of trash, like probably years of trash along the roads.
Wow.
And just seeing how the animals and the people and the vehicles of all sorts just all share the road together, and you will see like mansions placed in between little shanties and shacks.
Right.
And so it was really, it was a little disheartening at first when I first saw it, because I hear all of the beautiful things from the past of India, and then you start seeing a lot. I'm like, why is there so much garbage like everywhere? Like they don't really come through and pick it up. I mean, along the Niles and the little river banks and stuff like that. And so I started looking at it from a totally different perspective by the third day.
Okay.
Excuse me. I was like, yo, like these people that live over here, they really don't have much, but they live from a place of wealth, you know what I mean? And the way that they present themselves, and very beautiful, colorful, just like you looking at this mural right here, is the buildings are so colorful, vibrant, the fabrics that they wear, vibrant, elegant, royal, regal. It doesn't matter to them that they live in what is considered a shack in most cases.
Right.
They just all treat each other with respect and love and make room for one another, and the traffic is hectic, but by the time like 10 o'clock hit, it just winds down, and you know what I mean? Like I took it in, and I came back to the States with a different mindset.
Okay.
A certain place of peace I tapped into while I was over there. Like I had just dropped my latest project, The Healer and the Heartbreaker, and so still healing from that.
Right.
And releasing a song called Healer at that moment, and performing it over there, and like people coming up to me who barely spoke English, like crying and talking about how that song touched them. But I mean, India is beautiful. It's beautiful. We went to a lot of the temples, and like it was so crazy because you walk up and it's like a shoe valet. You know what I'm saying? So they're like, oh, you have to pay them to watch your shoes.
Wow.
And I'm like, yo, I don't want to leave my Yeezys.
Right. That's what I was about to say. You wear Yeezys.
I'm like, wait a minute.
Timbos or what?
Yeah, I'm like, wait a minute now. I got to pay somebody to watch my shoes.
Right.
Never heard of that in my life. I'm like, wait a minute now. I'm thinking to myself, like, do I really want to go in here? Because it's hundreds of people that's rushing to try to get in this temple. Right. But you know what I'm saying? Like, out of respect, you have to take your shoes off. Right. And so I'm like, I'm about to give my shoes to a stranger. Wow. And have to pay this person to watch my shoes. How I don't get no ticket for them to know which shoe is mine. You know what I'm saying? Like Skateland. Right. When you turn your shoes in. And so I was like, I was looking like, man, like, do I really want to do this? But I just put out the material out of my mind and was like, you are not going to be able to get this experience to walk into this holy temple again in life, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Like, how many chances will you get? Like, like, take this. This is your first opportunity because you
Right.
never know if you're gonna be able to make it back over here. Like, you can go back
That's
home
dope.
and buy another pair of foam runners.
Right. Right.
So I was like, yo, okay. So I gave the man my shoes, and the ground was so hot because it was like 115 degrees out there.
Right.
And we walked through, and you give a flower as an offering, and then they put the little thing on there, and they pray over you. And man, when I came home, it was like a sense of just like relaxation. Like, usually
That's dope.
you would see people on the road, and it's like
Right.
road rage.
Yeah.
And I'm just remembering how you barely got traffic signs, traffic lights over in India.
Right.
It's 1,000 cars all trying to merge at one time,
Right.
and they just hump, and all you hearing is horns honking all
It's
day.
not like the lights.
It's not like the line. It's not like, oh, he jumped in front of me. I'm about to shoot him.
Yeah.
Right.
No, it was like, it's a motorcycle trying to jump in front of you. It's a
Yep.
bus. It's a cow. You know what I'm saying? No, like,
Yep.
no exaggeration. It's like a herd of goats.
Right.
I seen a man on a scooter with a goat and a dog, and they all like
Right.
moving through traffic at the same time. So I started looking at stuff a little bit different. I came home with a different perspective of, you know what I'm saying, just another place of peace that I tap into. Like, I just think back on that, like, man, I wish I was in India right now. Like,
Did that influence any of your music after that?
I don't know if it necessarily influenced any of my music.
Right.
I did make a couple of beats while I was over there, so
Okay.
I guess you can say in that moment while I was there, I was trying to tap into that sound. So I chopped up, like, you know, some of the samples that they had, or, you know, I voice recorded, did some voice memos of like them doing chants and incorporated in some beats.
Right.
Excuse me, but I don't necessarily think it shifted or inspired any of my music that I've been working on currently. But while I was there, it did make me switch around my set list.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I didn't want to perpetuate a thing that these artists and young youth see in America and think is okay. So I
Right.
was like, I don't know if I want to do my hardcore.
Right.
You know
Right.
what I'm
right,
saying? Like,
right.
I'll bust a nigga in the face.
Right,
You know what I'm
right,
saying? Like,
right.
metaphorically, even though I'm using it as metaphors,
Right.
they don't take it as
They don't
metaphors.
understand.
They take it as face value. Like,
Exactly.
this is what's really happening.
Because we
right.
met a lot of artists. So what we were over there doing, we were doing concerts as well as workshops.
Okay.
So we did songwriting workshop, DJ, break, b-boy, you know, all the elements of hip hop. And we would meet these artists, these young artists, and we met a couple of guys. And this one dude, he was like heavy in the gang.
Oh, wow.
I was like, so I said to him, I'm like, bro, what are you doing in a gang in India?
Right.
Like, it's no gangs in India. So
Right.
you mean to tell me you're trying to bring this part of what you see in America
Right.
over to India? And I had to tell him how that's really not cool.
Right.
Because he didn't understand the concept of what gangs
Right.
really are.
Right.
He was just like, he looks at the influence that he received from like artists like 6ix9ine and
Right.
people who he looked at. Like, he said he just doing it because he see those people making money and he want to get his family out of
Wow.
their village.
That's deep.
So I was like, bro, that's not really the way
Right.
to go. I said, so what other artists do you listen to?
Right.
And he started telling us some of the artists that he listened to. Some of them were Indian artists that I never had been privy to knowing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So he
There were
played some,
Indian hip hop
oh
artists.
yeah, oh yeah.
dope.
Like it's when I tell you the culture of hip hop is growing so strongly over
Right.
there. It was beautiful, like to the point where we did a couple of the workshops, and there was, you know, a few young ladies that
Right.
joined the ciphers. And,
Wow.
and the last workshop that we did in the very last city that we went to, these young ladies got up there and they rapped, and they was so I couldn't understand a word that they were saying, B-boy
Right.
Reg, like, but the passion, the way they was riding the beat,
Right.
it was so moving. I cried.
Wow. That's deep.
I really shed a tear.
Right.
Because it made me proud to see what we started here in the States, reaching
Right.
over there. And then they wasn't trying to be on no ratchet stuff. They was just,
Right.
you could tell they was spitting bars, and whatever they were saying in their native language was so dope that the guys was like
Wow.
shook.
That's
You know what I'm
dope.
saying? And I was, and then it gave me the vibe of when I was young and I first hit the scene,
Yeah.
and they didn't want to, because they was trying not to get a young ladies the mic.
Right.
So I had to take the mic from some of the dudes and like pass the girl the mic. Like
Right.
I didn't know what she was gonna say.
Right.
Because there was a couple of young ladies at other shows that tried to, and they would fumble and stumble
Yeah.
because they was just trying to get a hang of it. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Like that was their very first time or whatever
That's
rapping.
dope.
But man, these young girls, man, they got up there, and then at the end of the event, which I had no idea throughout the workshop, and we got footage of it online too. They came up to me and was like.
Right.
Like, you know, you were one of our influences while we started rapping
Wow.
because of 8 Mile.
Wow.
And I
Wow.
was like, I had no idea. I'm getting emotional thinking about it right now because you just never know.
Right.
And another thing that was so dope was, I think it may have been our second or third show. These young dudes who rap, they opened up for us because they did a competition where they searched for artists to open up for us for each show.
Okay.
And
Right.
so the group that opened up for us, they talked to us at the end of the night. We taking photos, and they're like, "Are you? We know you were in 8 Mile, but are you really into battle rap?" And I'm like,
Wow.
so they start running down names of like their
Right.
favorite battle rappers, and like Quest McCody and Marvin One was
Yeah.
like top of their list. So I
Right.
FaceTimed Marvin Quest for
Dog,
them,
that's dope.
and it was like, oh my god, like
That's
tripping.
dope.
And Marvin Quest, like, man, they had no idea they had fans
Right.
over there already. Like, man, we never touched India before.
That's dope.
Like, huge fans.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's a whole battle culture
Right.
over there. And they really they watch 8 Mile. Like, it's a movie called what is the name of the movie? Gully Boy.
Okay.
And the movie is basically the Indian version of 8 Mile.
Wow.
And it was talking about how, because it's a lot of differences, like different casts when you have a
Right.
different your race, not race, but your how do I want
Like
to
a
say
different
it? Like,
class of
yeah,
people.
different class of people, different
Right.
different religions and
Yeah.
things
Yup.
like that. So they had these different casts over there, and so the movie premise was about the poor guy
Right.
who's in love with and dating this girl whose father is a doctor. So he's
Okay.
in kind of a higher caste than he is, but he
Right.
wants to be a rapper. And his
Right.
dad is like, no, you need to be a driver like
Right.
me. You need to be a servant, basically.
Okay.
He's like, I don't want to be a servant. I want to be.
Right.
I done found what I
Rebellious,
love.
yeah.
Yeah, you
Right.
need to. You know,
That's
it's a
dope.
really dope movie. I think it's on like Amazon Prime, and I suggest that people watch the movie. Like,
Yeah. I'm
you
gonna run
know.
across it.
Yeah.
My wife watch a lot of Bollywood movies and Nollywood movies.
Okay,
You watch
okay.
any Nollywood movies?
Nah.
The Nigerian movies?
Nah. Oh yeah, I do.
They gonna
They
crack.
be having a lot of them on Netflix now.
Yeah, YouTube. You
Okay,
gotta
I
watch
didn't know
the
they
ones-
call them Nollywood. Now.
Yeah, you gotta watch them on YouTube.
Okay.
The Netflix ones are a little bit more
They
polished.
okay.
But watch the
Okay.
ones on YouTube.
Okay.
Say,
Yeah.
tell us something on who influenced you as far as hip hop and MCing.
My early years, the influence definitely came from Salt and Pepper. Like, cause this is the very beginning. I'm just gonna tell y'all the very beginning. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Like at age 10, my mom got me a turntable and 3 pieces of vinyl for my birthday. You know what I'm saying? It was Run DMC, JJ Fad, and Salt and Pepper Push It. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? And
wow.
you know they had instrumentals
Right.
that was on there. So I started trying to write and rap to those instrumentals. You know what I'm saying? So it really came from the age of 10, but like who got me into music initially was my biological father, who
Right.
was in the Floaters. But you know,
Float
when I got to a certain age and my voice
Right.
changed, I ain't sound that cute singing.
Right.
But I revisited that passion of singing on his latest project.
You know, I
Yeah.
used to use that song as a pickup line. I used
Did
to be
you?
Yeah, my name is
Yeah.
Reg and I'm Aquarius.
Okay.
Because I'm really Aquarius,
Yeah.
right?
I might have to start doing that. I never thought, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I used to be
Yeah.
like, my name is Reg, baby, and I'm Aquarius.
Okay. I don't know.
I
don't know if
can't
I'm
use that now, though. I'm
Cause
too grown.
and you too grown and you
And
married.
I'm married. Yeah, I'm married.
Yeah, I can't.
But
I can't
yeah.
use it now either. I don't think.
Yeah.
We in a
That's
new era.
funny.
I get laughed out of
Right.
the bar. Like,
So
yeah.
how did that influence your music career? Like having your dad in the music industry, and then you're out here writing rhymes to instrumentals. Did you see yourself actually being a professional artist, or you
Oh,
just
yeah.
okay?
I always saw myself being a rapper.
Okay.
Like ever since I was that little girl writing to those instrumentals, I always saw myself as that. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
it was ever since that moment when I started
Right.
rapping on the bus, like during that age, and I started seeing the responses that I was getting from people, I knew exactly what I wanted to do. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And I didn't let nobody sway me from chasing that dream and
Right.
accomplishing that dream. You know,
Nice.
so it was like initially I wanted to be a dentist. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know where I would have like if I would have been a dentist. Like what
Right.
like would I had to just said I don't want to be a dentist no more? Would I still love music? But it was like that first hit. Like
Right.
okay, people like the words I put together
Yeah.
on that school bus, and it was just on from there, and I never stopped, you know.
Right.
Like I always dreamed big, you know what I'm saying? Like even as a youngster, like you
Right.
ask my family members, I would be like, yeah, I'm gonna be on TV. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be in movies.
Right.
I never knew how I was gonna make that happen,
Right.
but I just knew it would happen. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, I'm not gonna stop until it happens.
That's dope. What school did you go to?
Oh, what school didn't I go to? Because I got kicked out of so many. No, I'm just,
Oh, wow.
no, but I mean, nah. I went to Marquette Elementary School. I went to Hamilton Middle School.
Okay.
Then I got kicked out of Hamilton, and I went to Rosa Parks, and then I went to Denby High School.
Okay.
And then I
So
got kicked out of Denby, and then I had to go to Job Corps.
So from Denby to India, right?
From Denby to India, and not even from Denby to India, from Hamilton Middle School being told that I was never gonna be shit by a
Right.
teacher
Wow.
to performing
Yeah.
in front of 1,700 people or
Right.
17, however many people it was at that
Right.
college show. You know what I'm saying? And being in front
Wow.
10 million people seeing me on news and every newspaper in India for 3.5 weeks. You know what
Wow.
I'm saying? Like, yeah,
That's
from
dope.
that, you know, or even from being in every household from being in the
Yeah.
8 Mile movie, you know?
Right.
So I wonder if my teacher who told me I wasn't gonna be shit remembered me and saw me in that film. You know what I'm saying?
Probably
Like,
did.
you know, I mean, but a lot of people doubted me. A lot of
Right.
people, you know, and I try to tell the youth that I mentor, don't let other people's words dictate who you are. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because if you let somebody else's words and negativity shape who you are, you're not gonna attain those dreams. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But if I listen to everybody that told me that I was dreaming,
Right.
or that I
Right.
wasn't gonna make it, or you still doing your little rapping, then I
Yeah.
wouldn't.
Hey,
I mean,
don't you hate that when they be like your little
Little
rapping?
rapping,
you still
little-
doing your little rapping, and I'll be
Yep.
like, yeah, my little
Hey.
rapping just took me to friends real quick.
Yeah, you be seeing people making money, they making a living. They be like, your little rapping.
You still doing your
Yeah.
little rapping? I'm like, yeah, I'm about to go over to Egypt soon.
Right.
But yeah.
Tell us something too. You got the when you mentioned Detroit hip hop female MCs, you got
Mhm.
your name is mentioned like in that handful. You know, just like
Butter, a lot of time, thank you, but a lot of times they don't mention me.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you got Smiley. When they say hip hop, you got Smiley, Boss. They don't really mention Ebony in her business like they mention you. I don't know if a lot of people know about Ebony.
I'm not familiar.
Yeah.
But
Who's that? Put
you
me on.
Nikki
always
D.
coming.
She was
Oh
there.
yeah, Nikki
Detroit
D.
Nikki
Yeah,
D.
yeah, Detroit Nikki
Yeah.
D.
And
She
Yeah.
changed
Yeah.
it. It was Ebony in her business.
Oh,
after.
that's what her. Okay.
Cause
Yeah.
Nikki D. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you had a name change too, though, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, what was it?
It was horrible.
It was horrible.
Yeah, it was Pimp It.
Pimp it. All right.
Pimp It. Yeah.
Was your rap style kind of based on that? Pimp
Nah, it was no, it wasn't. That name even came about in a weird way. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, we was so young. Me and my cousin India tried to start a group. Like, we was in elementary school, and she was
Right.
like, "I'm gonna be Sneaky Smiley, and you can be Pimp It." And I was like, "Okay," because my dad. My dad used to be like, "Look at my little daughter, looking like a pimp," you
Right,
know. And
right.
then
Oh,
my
okay.
and my middle name is Antoinette, so we just put it to get Pimp It. And I was like,
Okay.
okay, Pimp It. Like, I don't know what it meant, but you know, I was young. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And if it wasn't for Proof, like harassing me about changing that name,
Right. Right.
and telling me that that name was going to hinder me,
Yeah.
then I wouldn't have even considered at the time changing my name.
That's
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Because at the time it was like you had Mac Daddy, Daddy Mac.
Yeah,
You had,
yeah.
you know, Sugar T. A lot of names had that little pimpish,
Yep.
you know, vibe to it or connotation behind it. So I was just like rolling with the flow of the times, and
Right.
in the early '90s, I was Pimp at the Mac. I'm so glad I changed it.
Yeah,
it's
me too.
terrible.
So how did Miz Korona come about?
Oh man, Miz Korona. Well, first it just was Corona.
Right.
And Corona came about from rapping against Crane Novocaine and inside of a liquor store cooler on Nottingham Street. And I just kept thinking about like, well, why does this name why does Corona keep popping in my brain? Because he didn't think I was freestyling. I know I said my rhymes intoxicate minds like Coronas.
Okay.
And then pointed to the Corona.
Right.
And he was just like, oh, like, you know, and it
Right.
just kept
That's
clicking
sweet.
like Corona.
That's dope.
And I was like, why does this keep popping up?
Right.
Like I kept thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I looked up the definition of what Corona actually meant, and it was the outer perimeter of the sun and the moon. So it's like that ring of light and why we're able to
dope.
see it.
Right.
And then the other definition is leafy crown or royalty. So I was like,
Right.
that's how I want to be
Yeah.
represented. And so I would go and hang out with all the fellas, and they would just be like, "What's up, Miz? What's up, Miz Korona? What's up, Miz?"
Right.
Like, you know, as a form of respect to saying Miz in front of my name. And I was like, okay, I'm just go with Miz Korona, because that's basically what
That's dope.
all the guys keep saying, Miz Korona. Oh man, what's up? We gotta let Miz rap. We gotta let.
Right.
I was like, okay, so yeah.
That's dope. How did you meet Proof?
Oh, I met Proof just from being on the scene, just, you know,
Okay.
all the open mic spots. He was hosting everywhere. The
Yeah.
Police Retreat, Ebony Showcase. I think he had saw me rapping at C Notes, because, you know, I'm from the
Yeah.
East Side, and I started off like rapping at C Notes and Coco's House of Comedy.
Right.
And so I was sneaking in there at 14. And
Okay.
then I popped up at Ebony Showcase. Well, I forgot who I went with. And the guy, the security guard wouldn't let me in because I wasn't old enough. And Proof vouched for me
Right.
that day. I had never met him in person.
He
Okay.
always-
But he knew who I was. He was like, nah, I got her. She good. She with me.
It's like he knew your spirit. or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
And he was, and from that moment on, he became a mentor of mine.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And he would like call me up on the mic. I go to the open mic. He was like, yeah, y'all gotta hear
Right.
my little home. It's my little sis. You know what I'm saying? And it was like,
He was
Oh.
like the Don King for all of
yes,
us.
yes. When he saw something in people, he really pushed for them. And I remember, you know, when he passed, we wasn't on good terms when he passed. We was like on the outs for some stupid stuff.
We were
Right.
too.
Yeah, and
Right.
so Pepper, his mom Pepper was like, "Do you know how much he loved you?" She was
Yeah.
like, "You was the only other rapper that he brought to my house bragging about, other than that white boy."
Wow.
She said, and all the other guys came over there. They would come over and hang out at my house with him,
Right.
you know, the Nine and them. She said, but he would brag on you and that white boy.
Right.
He wanted so much for you. And I remember he used to call my mama and be snitching. She ain't at the studio.
Right.
I'm like, man, you had me there for for 2 days. Like, I'm a woman. I gotta wash parts. That
Right.
I need to wash
Tell
up.
me
I can't-
something.
Yeah.
We got a kind of a habit of kind of tolerating each other
hmm
instead of like really communicating. How can we fix that in Detroit hip hop?
You know what? I think it's something that I'm still working on too, because unfortunately, at this present moment, as we're having this conversation, at this present moment, I'm like on the outs with one of my favorite people who is also my cousin. I'm not gonna say his name right now. He know who I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? If he see this interview, and I've been trying to figure out how to make amends. We haven't seen each other because I'm more like as I've gotten older,
Right.
I'm more of a face-to-face communicate you know what I'm saying? Like, but it's so many people that's just passing, and
Right.
I'm gonna have to probably make a phone call because I haven't really seen him out and
Right.
about lately. And I'm like, man, I know when I see him, we're gonna chop it up, we're gonna talk. But I just within the past week and a half lost like 4 people, unexpectedly, and finding out family members is like deathly ill right now.
Right.
And I don't want to waste no more time. You know what I'm saying? But I think that we just need to communicate, and we have to put the pride aside, and somebody got to be the bigger person. You know what I'm saying? And even though you might not feel like you're the one who's wrong and you shouldn't be making that step to apologize, you might just have to be the
Have
one
to
to
be
do
the
that.
bigger
You know what I'm
person.
saying?
Yep.
Especially if it's a relationship that you value.
Right. And speaking of that, so I remember we was performing at your show, me and Rob, and for some reason, I don't know what the relationship tension was, but Rob and Proof somehow fell out, and we seen Proof at the 8 Mile.
Mm.
We was extras, and we came and performed, and I remember after we performed, Proof got on stage because he was hosting, and he was freestyling, and he said something, Casper. I know we had beef, but I love you, Jasper, and reached out and gave Rob a handshake. And that kind of ended the beef right there. So, like you said, sometimes I think with age too,
Yeah.
you start experiencing different things in life, and you be like, oh, that was petty what we was beefing over.
Yeah, it's
Right.
that same night. It was like me putting the show on.
Yeah.
He dissed Low Lewis and Fat Cat.
Yeah.
Right after that, and I had to answer for that. You know what I'm saying?
But it was a lot
It
of
was back and
times
forth.
too. We have to remember how young people
Yeah, of
was
course.
at that time,
Yeah.
and we still be holding on to. I know people still holding on to high school beef. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
And you know what's crazy? Like the premise of that whole miscommunication issue that we had that had us on the outs. It was, I was a original member of the Purple Gang. You know what I'm saying? When he
Yeah.
decided to put the Purple Gang together, it was initially supposed to be me, Super MC, Guilty, and Moo.
Dang,
And
that's dope.
then other, it was like other people ended up coming in and playing those parts. Because for whatever reason,
Right.
the other folks they was doing their own thing. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So then you had at the time T Flame and
Famous.
Famous, and then you had Killer Khan, and Soup was still involved, and then you know what I'm saying? So it was a beef between, I don't even know how it happened, but it was like Famous dissed me.
Wow.
And then Miss Murder got mad at him, and Proof was out of town, and then like I checked Famous, and then Firstborn told Proof some other stuff, and then Proof got mad because he felt like I went against the family.
Right.
And I'm just like, yo, bro, like, nah, you should be checking them. But what's crazy is me and Famous
Right.
super cool, like over the years.
That's
Because you know what I'm saying, like, and for a minute he didn't know how I felt about him, because I think he probably felt bad, like, nah, and I was really just probably used as a pawn, because he knew
Right.
Marv One was my best friend, and he
Okay.
wanted to get Marv upset so they could start their little battle thing.
Oh,
It
wow.
worked, you know what I'm
Right,
saying? They
right,
had one of the
right.
best battles in history of Detroit battle
Right.
rap back in the day, but and I'm saying all of that to say, like, after the passing of Proof, like a lot of people ended up making up, and it was like I still felt
Yeah.
like I didn't get a chance to let my brother know that I still loved him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I know he probably watching now. He know I still love him,
Right.
but I didn't get a chance to say that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I just be like, so at this point in time, ever since then, I try to let bygones be bygones. Like I
Right.
don't like to let too much time go by, and I can be stubborn, especially when I feel. Honestly, I don't even look at it like being stubborn. When I feel
Right.
like the relationship has ran its course,
Right.
I'm not going to extend my hand. I'm not going to be that first person to apologize or
Right.
whatever. If I'm like whatever, but if I value the person in the relationship, then I will humble myself and do that. If we haven't made that step to make
Right.
amends,
Yep.
you know.
That's grown folk talk right there.
Talk
That's-
about the 8 Mile situation. Like how did that happen? You know,
Oh,
how
you know, I
did- how
just
did that-
bribed a couple people. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I was like seeing all these white folks in the clubs. No, I'm just joking.
Right.
But no, in all honesty, yeah, I was seeing a lot of the older white folks in the clubs, and I'm like, where's these people? Who are they?
Right.
Who are they? What are they doing here? That
Like
like,
Drews.
yeah, Drews
Yeah.
and at the Lush, and
Mhm.
you know, they was everywhere. Like, who are these people and why are they here? They scouting, but it actually ended up being the black casting director who's from Detroit named Eric Jackson, who
Yeah.
gave me his card, who told me to come to the auditions. I missed the first 3 auditions.
Oh, wow.
Then Cobb called me like, yo,
Wow.
where you at? What are you doing tomorrow? I was like, I'm going to the Wired Frog. The Wired Frog has a competition. They're
Yeah.
looking for extras. I just saw it on the news. M's doing a movie. He was like, nah, don't go there. I'm like, what?
Wow.
And Cobb's like, nah, don't go there. They looking for you.
Right.
I said, who looking for me? I'm thinking the fans or something.
Right.
I'm like, who looking for me?
We got Jack Frost calling in. You know, he's
Okay.
coming up.
Okay,
here.
Jack. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
we
what's
doing.
up.
Yeah, we got some stuff brewing.
That's what's
Yeah.
up. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but long story short, you know what I'm saying? I ended up doing the audition that they had down at the formerly known as Omni Hotel, which is not a Robert something. It's,
I forgot the name.
yeah,
I know
it's
what
down
you're
on the
talking
water.
about.
So
Yeah.
I did the audition and I got the part, and rest is history.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Cool.
I feel like they should have did a spinoff and showed people what Vanessa from the lunch
Van-
truck was really up to.
Oh,
Yeah.
dope.
You know,
Yeah, that'd been
that
dope.
would have been dope. But I'm only saying that now because what's her name?
Let me let Jack in.
Okay.
What's her name? Just shot the film that's basically like the female version of 8 Mile.
I can't. think
Sanaa
of-
Lathan.
Oh yeah, when
yeah,
they did the
yeah,
the hip hop. Yeah.
It just came out a couple weeks ago, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's so the 8 Mile. How did that impact like your hip hop career? Like as far as were more people reaching out? Like I want to do a feature
Nah.
or
No, you know why? Because at that time, social media wasn't even active.
right.
You know, so people didn't know how to get in contact with me. They didn't know how to connect. You know what I'm saying? I heard that it was a lot of inquiries about who I was, but
Right.
people didn't. The ones who were being asked didn't step up and say, "Oh
Right.
yeah, that's my homegirl. I know how to get in contact with her."
Oh man.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
you know, whatever it is, what it is. But nowadays, what's crazy is
That meme.
the meme been
Wait.
floating around. The meme been floating around for a minute. So
Right.
people like, you was a meme. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I'm like, listen, I done been a meme about 4 times. I remember when I went viral because the first time that meme went viral was Rappin' Forte put it up a couple years ago.
Oh wow.
And
That's
yeah, Rappin' Forte put it up a
Right.
few years ago, and it went viral. It was like 20,000 people seen it
Right.
on Instagram, and this was before being viral was a
Right.
thing like that. And so you know, now it done went viral. Then it went viral again when the coronavirus
Right.
came out. You know what I'm saying? Like nasty ass food.
So
and
wait a
all
minute.
that.
I think we got some history, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. Are you the first Detroit rapper to be a meme?
Probably.
Right. I
Probably.
would probably think. I would think so.
I definitely know for a fact that I am the second most influential person from the 8 Mile movie. My character
Wow.
is
That's
definitely the most influential. I've been memed from the 8 Mile. That
Right.
thing has been memed more than or posted more than Eminem scenes,
Wow.
really.
So when people see you, because thinking about that time, it wasn't a lot of social media around. Are people surprised that you actually rap in real life?
Yes.
Because there were a lot of characters that were not rappers in the movie.
People, and that's what I was about to say too. Now with social media becoming how it is, like more and more people are like, "Oh man, you a whole girl from 8 Mile,"
Right.
or like, "Yo, I've been followed." Like when that meme hit,
Yeah.
the one with the food thing at the old girl was like talking
With
about the
Stormy,
food.
yeah.
They was like, "Yo, I've been following you all this time and had no idea that was you."
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So
Wow.
I really get excited when people rock with
Can
me
you
because
imagine, like, I mean, just like you got Crush Groove and you got 8 Mile.
yeah.
It's
Right.
just like we understand Crush Groove.
Yeah.
But there's so many people
Yeah.
like 8 Mile is Crush Groove.
It's they crush groove,
Right.
and I always tell people just imagine
Yeah.
if Instagram and Twitter was really popping
Yep.
when 8 Mile came out.
Right.
It would be no
Right.
It's Jack Frost.
yeah.
All right.
So yeah.
That's dope. So, thinking about like the projects that you working on now or most recent projects, when you're performing, because I seen your stage show, right? How did you develop to that now, and were you always, because you had a live band last time I seen you perform? How did you transition to that, or was that always kind of like your take, coming from like a musical family with your dad being into it?
I always felt like I wanted live instrumentation incorporated in my show somehow.
Okay.
I just at the time didn't know many live musicians. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? But I
Right.
say late 90s when you had Black Bottom Collective really running the scene heavy.
Right.
I was infatuated with them. I was like, I
Wow.
would be at damn near every show because I knew once the group like the Roots dropped and I saw the Roots actually doing it from a successful standpoint that it was possible. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? And I'm like, that's where I want to go.
Right.
So becoming close with a lot of the musician friends that I have, I was just like, yo, it's time to make that shift. Because once
Right.
you get older, it's like, I can still perform. I do my thing, but you know what I'm saying? Like you need to add a different element.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I personally don't mind rocking with my DJ,
Yeah.
but I get tired of it just rocking with my DJ. I be wanting to add that extra spice. Like, yeah. So it was just second nature for me to shift into building a band.
Right.
And I was like, yo, I mean, they always say like it's an age gap for hip hop. So what lasts the test of time? Bands.
Right.
Bands and live musicianship.
Right.
So when you incorporate all of those elements and you
Right.
can still rap, then you can still keep it alive. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So I was like, yo, it's time for me to just do that. Like, this is what I've been wanting to do since 2010,
Okay.
and so I was like, I'm going to do it on my terms. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, because I had stopped doing music for a minute. And I was like, yo, if it's
Why
meant
is
for
that?
me, because I felt like, one, I wasn't getting production at the time.
This was after 8 Mile.
Oh yeah, this was maybe like 7 years ago.
Okay.
6-7 years ago, I had stepped away from music. I was like, I'm not doing it no more. I couldn't find the production to finish my EP that I was working on at the time. And, well, it wasn't even an EP. It was an album.
Were you just not inspired to do it, or
No,
you
I
just
was definitely inspired. Me and Finale had just come back from France, from being
Okay.
on tour for 2.5 months over there.
Wow.
I came back trying to wrap up my album.
Right.
And I couldn't get the production to finish the album. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, I
Right.
look up, it's a year and a half, and I'm just like falling into a depression,
Wow.
working a 9-to-5 job. Like,
Right.
this sucks.
Right.
I'm ready to put an album out to help, leverage my next tour.
Right.
and I couldn't even get it done. And everybody around here looking at me, calling me a legend. And I was like, how?
That's
How?
the thing.
You
Yeah.
feel me?
We
And I
got
was
so
like,
much to do.
I was like, yo, why can't I get this record done?
Right.
So I stepped away. I started doing more visual stuff, just working behind the scenes, you know, doing photography, videography. And I was loving it. And I was
Right.
just like, I'm happy. I found my happy place because I'm still being creative. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And I'm telling the story visually.
Right.
And then the pandemic hit.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I got something to say. Like,
Right.
boom, let me drop this EP.
Yeah,
and then,
you said it.
Yeah.
I want to ask you something. You said that looking for production. You got so many like students of Dilla that cats that's sitting on 5,000 beats, 500 beats, 1,000. Why is the camaraderie is just like it's not as the same as other markets where the producer want to produce an artist and say, let me groom, let me work with you.
I don't know. I think
we tend to kind of
you know what one of my homies told me, you know, Detroit has more producers who are rappers. You know what I'm saying?
I can see that.
So it's like, yeah, we rap just like me now. I teaching myself how to make beats for the past year and a half. So it's like, well, year, but now it's like, okay, I'm a rapper turned producer.
Right.
So most of them hold the beats for themselves, or they look at you and be like, or Bodie James, and I'm
Yeah.
asking for beats. Send me a beat pack. And
Right.
okay, I got you. But if Bodie asks for a beat pack, they gonna send him all the heat that they don't want to use for themselves, or even the stuff that they think about using for themselves because they looking at it like, well, Bodie or Guilty
Right.
or such and such can help me get in the game more.
Right.
Or not even that. They looking at it like, well, that's how they respect them differently.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm fighting tooth and nail to get production
Right.
from producers.
10 years over Bodie, though.
It don't matter. It don't matter that I have 10 years over Bodie. Bodie also has a deal before me, and he has 10, 15.
Right.
I've been in the game longer than him. You know what I'm saying? But he has a deal. This is a second deal.
Right.
First deal was with Nas label.
Right.
Second, now he's with Griselda and them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He got and he's doing all these projects with Alchemist, who people love and respect.
Right.
People love and respect Griselda. They're unattainable. They can't reach them. They love Nas. He's unattainable. How
Right.
he get this deal?
Yeah.
With, you know what I'm saying? Same thing with Guilt. When Guilty been the man in the city, but he was working hand to hand with Dilla,
Right.
who everybody wanted to work with. He's working with Mad Lib and all of that. You feel what I'm saying? Like, these are people, they fighting to give Guilty beats.
Right.
So if he reach out and be like, hey, yo, I want some beats, everybody's gonna be like clamoring trying
Right.
to get him beats.
So
You know
it's
what
a
I mean?
hierarchy. So the producers are trying to place themselves in a certain position based on where they think they can get the most exposure at.
And then, yeah, that
But-
too. And I'm like, man, look, I be cutting it to people like, you send me a batch of beats. So for those who have sent me a batch of beats,
Right.
I'm like, man, I just heard the beats that you sent Marv one. Like,
Right.
these don't sound nothing like that. Like, what?
Right.
So,
Right.
and then, oh man, I listened to your last project, and well, you can't go by my last project.
Right.
Send me the heat that you feel that I want the high.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You would think a producer, like if I heard your last project and I'm a producer, I would be, in my mind, with my ego, I would be trying to send you everything I think is hotter
Yeah.
than your last project,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, she did that. Wait till she get this.
Exactly.
Right.
But most people think like even when I pick beats, you know what I'm saying, and people send me batches and I pick a beat. Like when I did the Nomad song with Mark Cooper.
Okay.
And Mark, a lot of people were surprised that I picked that beat because it sound. Oh, I didn't think you would pick that because it didn't sound like nothing that I heard.
Right.
That's because I never got a beat like that before. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So
Right.
it don't sound like nothing that you heard me on because I never had the opportunity to rap over nothing like that.
Right.
So I tell like I
Is
tell
it
people
our
all the time.
camaraderie? I mean, it's just even like now, it's like sometimes you say, is it money you need? What is it? Why
Oh
is
no,
you?
I don't even think it's that because I didn't ask people before. Like, well,
But just
what's it
hear
gonna
me
take?
out. Even me being a DJ, it's like when I see those guys fighting over the turntables, I say, okay,
Mm-hmm.
let me go build my own party.
Mm-hmm.
Let me go
Right.
do an album. If I'm not hearing my homeboys on the radio, let me go do an album. They may not like my beats, but I want to pay them to get on my song or whatever, just to have my own lane. But it seemed like I remember Dilla around here selling beats for $200-$300
Yeah,
at one
that was
time.
it, but
How many cats really took the time out? It's just like sometimes when I see Questlove, I see Dez.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It seemed like.
But I'm gonna tell you too, is notoriety. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? If you get a stamp of approval from somebody who people respect and look at as top tier, then everybody's gonna feel like, oh, you made it. You feel what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, say for instance, this just happened recently. Premier came here. He DJ'd at Hart Plaza. It was a free show. And he showed me so much love. He literally shouted me out about
Yeah.
10 times. And everybody was like, yo, like, y'all must be about to do a project together.
Right.
Like, Premier showing you, like, all the love. Like,
Right.
it was like no other rappers was here. And I was just like, I mean,
I saw that.
I guess
The
he
work,
rocked with my music.
yeah.
And hard work is paying off. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
But that really, I'm not going to front. It really made people look at me different.
Right.
It made people look at me different when I got the blue check on Instagram.
Yeah,
Like,
Instagram.
oh, you
Yeah.
certified. I was like, I've been
I've
certified.
been certified, right. Let
You
me
know?
ask you this, because you mentioned it, we talked about India and we talk about, and I hear artists from other states say this too, like they always get love outside of their own backyard, right? But let's specifically overseas, do you feel like you get more love overseas?
Oh, yeah.
Because I know like you, Guilty, Fat Cat, it's almost like y'all go over there and y'all like on a different level of celebrity.
It's crazy too because the pay is different.
Mm-hmm.
The way that they treat you at the venues is different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They like, okay, what's your rider? I remember the first time I went overseas and they asked me for my rider.
Right.
And luckily I already knew what it was, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? But it's only been a couple of venues
Right.
here in the States that even asked me
Ask you
as an
for it.
artist. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Like, what's your rider? What do you want in
Right.
your green room? And you lucky if you get a green room.
Right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? But it's different, and I don't know why it's like that.
Do you think because we can't years ago we could say because maybe they have limited access to the material and to the artist, but we can't say that now, right? Because everybody has the internet. So you think they just appreciate the
they
raw
definitely
form of the music
they
more?
they do.
Okay.
And you know what? It's not to take away from anybody who supports us, artistically here, but it's
Right.
like the venues, especially. I'm just gonna talk about the venues, you know. What I'm
Right.
saying? And now I'm gonna talk about the fans too, to a degree,
Right.
because it's like you go over there. I remember when me and Finale went over to France, and this was before vinyl became a thing again.
Right.
Finale went over there with 100 pieces of vinyl.
Right.
The man's suitcase was so big he had to pay, so heavy he had to pay extra money for it.
Right.
He didn't care. I'm like, bro, and I go over there, I got CDs, T-shirts, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking like, we gonna clean up.
Right.
And I'm like, bro, you got vinyl? And he was like, yeah. I was like, dang. And I had been wanting to start getting vinyl. I'm
Right.
like, man, vinyl is, I'm 100% independent my whole career.
Right.
I'm like, vinyl's expensive. Next time. But when I went over there and they gave us our merch table and
Right.
we laid out everything, he took 100 pieces of vinyl.
Right.
He came home with 25 pieces of vinyl.
Wow.
I came home with damn near all my T-shirts. I sold CDs and they like, you don't have any vinyl?
Wow.
You don't have no vinyl? No. You don't have, but they
Right.
they walked through. They wanted to buy everything.
Right.
They wanted to buy everything that we had, but they was just like, okay, I guess I'll take a T-shirt.
Right.
Okay, you don't have vinyl. I'll take a CD. but they were reluctant because that
Yeah.
wasn't what they wanted.
Right.
And I'm just like, yo, if I go over there with some vinyl, I know I'm
You
gonna
can
clean
clean
up. I'm gonna clean up with vinyl and T-shirts too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because they wanted the shirts, but they was just like, we really want vinyl,
Right.
and they wanted it as a package though.
Hey, all y'all artists, y'all local artists, listen to Corona.
Man,
Get some vinyl pressed up.
get some vinyl pressed up. It's
Yeah.
hard. Like right now, I'm waiting. Like the game has changed so much, and it's really due to indie artists. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Believing in that market once again to revive vinyl and
Right.
start incorporating that in our merch catalog. Because now you got the mainstream artists
Yeah.
doing that. Because now we on back order. Like
Right.
like my album came out in April. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I ordered my vinyl in May.
Mm.
My vinyl won't be here till February.
Wow.
But my album came out before Beyonce's, before Drake's,
Yeah.
before all of them, and they got there because they ordering
But it goes back to what you
50,000
mentioned earlier.
units.
Right.
You know what I'm
With
saying?
the beats, it's a hierarchy.
Oh
Bang,
yeah,
take little,
oh yeah.
man.
Like, yeah,
They're like,
yeah.
oh, she's only has 250 vinyl. We got to put you.
Right.
What can I say? The only thing I can say is, well, it's not my company. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? If it was my company, I would probably try to get the smaller orders out first. But nah, you looking at that check like, yo, I got a check for $750,000.
That's keeping the doors
That's
open.
keeping more than the doors
Right,
open. You know what I'm
right.
saying? So in between us, because like my brother, he got a print shop. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? He do screen printing,
Oh, okay.
and he over there, he like, yo, we got to do 1,000 shirts for this company,
Right.
2 hits.
Right.
But we have this other brand here, a local brand. They got 75 shirts.
Oh yeah.
And between us running these 1,000 shirts, we need to be working on this 250
Right.
shirts to try to
Right.
get their stuff out in a timely manner too. So you got to learn how to work these people in.
Right.
Because now I'm looking at this company like, yo, man, I put my order in long time ago.
Right.
But then I see folks like Tribe Called Quest who they fans been waiting a year.
Right.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And other people, because now is the demand is
Yeah.
huge, and there's only 5 vinyl companies. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I'm like,
But the demand is good though. If people willing to wait for it and still buy it,
Yeah.
that just brings a new group of fans. Then you still got people just getting back into vinyl. So by the time
Mhm.
it's out, you'll be
yeah.
good.
So you know, you think of the next best thing. I created some custom USBs, and
yeah.
they sold well. But the thing is now, what I'm thinking of, next time I get my hands on a lump sum of money, is to try to figure out who I want to partner with to start a vinyl company in
That'd be
Detroit,
dope.
because
Yeah.
Archer's about to go out of business.
Wow,
Yeah.
I never heard that.
And so now it's like, who's going to be the
Or buy
supplier?
Archers.
Mhm.
They
Yeah,
already got
or
the-
or you could buy Archers, but it's also a company over in Canada.
Okay.
They got the new technology
Okay.
for pressing vinyl, and you get one of those machines, you in the money.
Okay. That's
You know
cool.
what I'm saying? You look them up, yeah.
I want to ask you too. What is your opinion on what we need to support each other a little more? What do you the age we at now doing hip hop? What message you got? Because we got a way of blackballing each other here in Detroit hip hop.
I'm tired of y'all. Not you personally, Butter or B-Boy Ridge, but I'm just saying I'm tired of y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of y'all complaining about how things should change and we don't have no venues and we ain't got no support, but nobody wants to come and support. When you do get access to a venue, when you do have these opportunities to do these shows,
Right.
it's like people feel like if you gotta pay, you don't want to come and support.
Yeah.
We gotta stop that. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
these venues cost money.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like they cost. Like I'm to the point. Honestly, I did a show. Me, Guilty, Finale did a show with the band at L Club for my birthday called the Trifecta. Right? Band played behind all 3 of us. Amazing show. Put on a great. Y'all about to see some footage. We about to drop soon. Put on a great show. You know, it was a decent crowd.
Right.
But I got more people hitting me up asking me to get on the list
I get it with Dilla.
Yeah, can I get on the list? I'm like, it ain't no list. Bro, do you know how much this venue costs? You feel
Right.
what I'm saying? Then also take it back to the night before I flew off to India,
Right.
I did my record release concert at
Yeah.
the Detroit Symphony Orchestra. The second hip hop artist to perform at the Detroit Symphony Orchestra Hall. First one was Nas, then it was me. But I'm the first Detroit artist
Right.
who had the opportunity to perform there. Yes, it's history to me, but it's
Yeah.
also as a person who's a pillar of the community, that's history. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? I felt like that mug should have banged out.
Yeah.
We did good. We did good numbers. But it was no. I'm like, man, oh, you mean to tell me I go to India, my first show,
Yeah.
people don't even know me like that here, and it's 250, 300 people,
Yeah. That
you know what I'm
can't speak
saying,
English.
that can't speak English,
Right.
don't even know who this band is.
Right.
They just seen our pictures and like, oh, she looks like, you know. I just feel like we need to stop that. Like, stop feeling like if you have to pay to support somebody, you don't want. Because if you not, I mean, that's not even supporting somebody. If you calling them, asking them to do everything for free, like, we past that, man.
Yeah. We
People
are
got
grown.
bills, we
Yeah.
got kids, it's too much.
Right.
I'm like, I'm not doing no more shows. I'm not giving no more shows. Y'all can book me, but I ain't giving no more shows.
Right. Yeah.
But then
understand.
I got sucked in, and now I'm about to start doing shows again.
Right. It sound like you gotta go back over to France and get with that
No,
vinyl.
I'm
But-
actually about to start. You know, it's a huge chance. Y'all hearing it first. It's a huge chance that I'm gonna be partnering up with Foundation Detroit Hotel downtown
Okay.
to do a monthly event. So you know what I'm saying, like that.
Oh,
We in the
that's
works.
dope.
We in the works of putting that together. So, shout out to my homegirl Jamie down at Foundation Hotel, and the owners of Foundation Hotel, the whole staff. They dope, and we gonna see what
That's
happens.
dope.
But they reached out to me about, you know, trying to bridge the gap and bringing in some Detroit hip hop in the community. I'm honored that they sought me out to help them do that. So we'll see what happens. So
That's dope.
that's the only way I'm giving shows.
Is it
Yeah, 'cause I
any
was-
young Detroit artists that you got your ear on now that you're looking out for?
I'm. You know what? I like Dango Four Lane. I like Isaac Castor. I like this dude. He like a nephew of mine. His name DeCando.
Okay.
I like she's from Michigan, but she doesn't live here. Her name is Bird Vanity. Who else? It's a lot of young cats. Shout out to Detroit Chase. She lives in Cali
Yeah.
now.
Yep.
But I've been rallying behind her since she hit the scene.
Right.
You know, it's quite a few, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I like Tiny Jag and who else? You know what I mean? I like dope people. So
That's dope.
I go and
That's
support a lot of cats, you know what I'm saying? And I'm always keeping my ear open to see who's dope. 'Cause I used to give a open mic event called The Sleepover, which
Yeah, I
really
remember
meant
that,
like the
yeah.
artists who being slept on and like
Right.
pairing them up with like up and coming artists with legendary artists. So it's
Right.
like, you know, cats like Nolan and Ninja.
Right.
Like people
Yeah,
wasn't even
yeah.
up on Nolan. He did The Sleepover, and then you know what I'm saying, like
Yeah.
We
So
got one more question.
mhm.
How many gym shoes you got in your collection?
Hey, you got them new Flint Jordans?
I did. I got the new Jordans
Oh,
from
Rose Spit.
you know. Shout
Yeah.
out to Rose Spit. I
Yeah,
did
shout
go.
out to Rose.
I did go buy those. I don't even stand in line for shoes, but I had to
look
do
at
it.
you.
that's
I
what's
had
up.
to do it because you
That
know
hierarchy,
it's-
right?
Yeah.
Shit,
That's all
shit,
right.
yeah. You,
No,
you in
no.
there now.
Now you know because I'm gonna tell you why I don't stand in line for shoes. Because I'm old now. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And back in the I've been a sneakerhead my whole life.
Right.
And back in the day, we didn't have to do that. We didn't have to enter
That's true.
no raffle. So yeah, I'm spoiled. I'm like, man, this the young people game. They didn't
Right.
change it. It's the young people. If I can't get the shoe fair and square, then oh well.
Right.
But I ain't trying to stand out there with these crazy people. You know what I'm
Spending the
saying?
night.
Nah. So I literally just gave away about 13 pair of Jordans.
Wow.
Because I can't wear them no more. Because my
13,
knee, after my knee surgery, they not comfortable on.
Right.
So you had what, every style or what?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I gave like 13. But I still got like, I think I kept 4 pair of
Right.
J's.
Wow.
Speaking of knee surgery, that was the last time I seen you perform. You
Oh,
still,
yeah.
you was just
straight.
kind of somewhat.
Yeah. We
Well,
was
you
at
had
the-
just started back really walking.
I had just started back walking
Yeah.
when at the DeQuinter Cut.
Yeah, and you was still killing. I was
couldn't.
like, damn.
Yeah, I couldn't walk. I couldn't walk for 3.5 months.
Right.
I
Had
was
to
out of
learn how to
town.
walk again. So you
Yep.
know, but I'm on my feet.
Yeah.
I'm about to be running soon.
And them Jordans.
And
right?
I had on some Pumas that day, but
Oh,
I think I
yeah.
got like now at this point probably got like 100 pair. I ain't got many. I ain't got as many shoes as people
Right.
think.
So
I give them away, and
Right.
you know what I'm saying. If I stop wearing them, I'm not a collector at all.
right.
I'm just a sneakerhead. I wear all my stuff. I'm not a collector.
What's your favorite pair of shoes? Just one pair.
Man, I know they probably gonna kill me for saying this. If it's my favorite pair of shoes, I'm just gonna Yeezy's my favorite pair of shoes. They're the
Right.
most comfortable.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But I think the Jordan 11s might be my favorite
Okay.
style of sneaker. But I got them, but I can't even
Can't rock
wear
'em
them.
out.
I can't wear them like that no more. So, but I'm gonna
Wow.
hold on to them because
Yeah.
that's what it is. But yeah,
That's what's up.
yeah.
Thanks for
Jordan
your
Breads,
time.
come on now.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Yeezy's my favorite. I'm so mad that
Yeah.
he messed.
Yeah.
It's a wrap.
Well, it's still easy.
It's still Yeezy. I mean, I
Yep,
got like
he's
12
still-
pairs, so
yep.
you know what I'm
Yeah, that's
saying.
what's up.
Hold on to them and sell
Yeah.
when you go
That's-
overseas.
I ain't
Sell them
selling
with your
them.
vinyl.
I ain't selling them now.
Sell a pair of Yeezys
Right.
with a
With the
vinyl
vinyl,
record.
but-
Yeah, and see how
Hey,
much
nah,
you get.
Let me tell you, like, and then over in India, everybody was like, Did I take any merch? I didn't take any merch over there because, you know, India is a poor country. It's
Right.
a poor country, and I feel like that would have been an insult to try to sell. Like, all the
Right.
concerts and everything was free.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the next time I go over there, I'll have stuff for giveaway, like
Giveaways.
T-shirts and things like that. But
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't. And
Can
then-
you imagine a few hundred people wearing a Miz Korona T-shirt over there?
Oh yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We gave away some stuff.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't much. Like I did like a kid asked me could they have my shirt, so I just,
Right.
you know. Yeah.
All right.
What you got? You got any last words for anybody out there? Everybody out there?
You know, I just want everybody to go to MizKorona.com. That's MizKorona. You can find all of my updated information, how to reach me online and get merch and all of that stuff, or follow me on Instagram, same way that I just spelled the name. Tap into my band, The Corona Effect. But most importantly, I just want people to just, you know, stay healthy, stay out the way, and just stay authentic, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, thank y'all
That's
for
what's
having me.
up.
We got the legendary Miss Korona in the house.
B-Boy
AKA
Reds,
Vanessa.
checking out. Miz Korona, Vanessa.
Yeah. I got so
DJ
many
Bro-
names.
Right.
Miss Corona,
The Pimp
Vanessa,
Bag.
Pimp
Right.
Bag, so many. Oh yeah, also tap into my clothing line, Triple Peaks.
Oh yeah.
Triple Peaks
yeah,
clothing. We
definitely.
about to drop some stuff at the top of the year. So you know what I'm saying. Just go check us out on Instagram right now. Yeah.
Clap it up for
All
Miss
right.
Korona.
Thank y'all for having
All
me.
right.
Thank you.
Yeah.